All right, Knights of Apollo. What's up, guys? How's it going? And today we've got some exciting news. This is a quick announcement video about Lionhearts. This is a persistent medieval world that is run by the players. This is a really cool concept, and I'm really excited for this game, and that's why I'm making this video, because their Kickstarter campaign has started today. And I really want to show some support. Why? Because I want to play the game. All right. I want to lead a bunch of nerds into battle fighting in the Crusade. So this is a game set in the Crusades. Again, it's like a persistent, if you guys ever played Persistent Kingdoms or Persistent World in Bannerlord or Mountain Blade, it's like that, but so much more. A standalone epic game that you can get immersed in, where the players run the show. The players do the diplomacy, they declare war, they do the they're in charge of everything is run by the players, and it just looks so fun and so immersive. Now these guys who are making Lionhearts, they made Lionhearts in Roblox. If you guys remember, years back I did some events in Roblox, and those were really popular and they were really fun, but they wanted to shift. They want to shift over to their own standalone game, so they don't have the guide rails, right, from or not really guide rails, but barriers from Roblox. They want to be able to expand out of that, make the game bigger, and they've worked on it for years, so the concept is well thought out. So they just gotta they have to make it in a new engine, the Unreal Engine. So the Kickstarter has launched. There's a link to it in the video description. Please check it out. Because these guys are awesome. I've known them for years. They're super passionate. They have been through so much, and they do not. At one point, their office caught fire. It's been a long journey for them, and I'm really excited for them, and I'm excited for this game. So I really appreciate it if you check out their Kickstarter. Now, what we're gonna check out today, they have come out with a cinematic trailer, which is so sick. If this trailer doesn't get you hype, then nothing will. I mean, honestly. And then we're gonna look at some actual gameplay footage. Now, this of course is pre-alpha, very, very early footage, but it's gonna give you a taste of what to expect for the final, the final game. So yeah, and we're gonna talk a little bit about the game, about what it has to offer, in case this is, completely new to you. I also did a podcast episode, like a Q&A episode with Colton, one of the creators of Lionhearts, and he goes over, what he hopes to get out of this game. So I'll have that linked down in the video description. I'll also link all their social media, so if you want to learn more about the game or even ask questions, they're very active on there, and they'll answer your questions. So with that out of the way, let's check out this trailer. I'm not going to commentate over it. I'm just going to play it for you guys. Enjoy.
You were not born for war, not for blood, nor for glory. You were born to till the earth, to shape iron, to build a life from quiet things. But the world is fallen, and though it calls you to forget, your God calls you to remember. So shed your name, your home, your yesterday. Not for pride, not for vengeance, but for salvation, for God and God alone. And when you fall, and you will, let it not be in vain. Let all remember that you came willingly, that you bore your cross, that you had faith, even when faith was all you had left. What is a crusader, if not a servant who refuses to forget what he fights for the memory of who he was, and the hope of who he might still become. Now is the time to take up your cross, to answer the call, and fulfill your destiny.
Was that trailer just not beautiful? I mean, I really loved how they didn't shy away from the Christian themes, mostly because it's a Crusader game. I mean, religion has a big part in this game, so it was, I really liked the trailer. I think that was a beautiful cinematic. Now, of course, it's a cinematic trailer. It's not a gameplay trailer, but I think it's really well made, and I love that, again, they didn't shy away from the Christian themes and what Crusaders were fighting for. So now what I want to do, guys, is show you some exclusive gameplay of Lionhearts. Now, keep in mind, this is super early gameplay, pre-alpha. It's still a work in progress, but hopefully this gives you a taste of what to expect, the kind of style that they're going for when they actually release the game fully. Now, as you can tell, it is infinitely better than the Roblox version. I mean, that's not really saying much because Roblox looks like, you know, blocky Legos, but it looks fantastic. It really does pull you in. It's like realistic, but not hyper realistic. And it really does look immersive so far. So I'm excited to see them continue to build on this and make more castles and even vegetation and weapons and everything. So far, it looks really good. And while this is playing in the background, I do want to run down the core mechanics of this game, because maybe you came across this video without really knowing like what this game is. Maybe you've never heard of this game. And keep in mind, you can go to my older video where I do a Q&A about the game and learn more there, or just go to the Kickstarter. The Kickstarter has everything, guys. It has everything that you want to know about the game. And speaking of the Kickstarter, they do have limited time donor rewards where you can earn exclusive titles, land, and prestige. So check out those rewards. So if you want to be a part of, you know, supporting this game early on, you definitely can get some cool rewards. So when the game, you know, is playable and you can actually get on and play, you'll have some cool bonuses and perks and everything like that. Nothing pay to win, of course, but some cool titles and weapons. And definitely check out their perks because they've got some cool stuff. But their major focus here is a player-driven world. They want to create a world that, you know, the kings are players, the dukes are players, the priests are players, the merchants are players. All decisions are made by players. So there's no like NPC events or anything like that where, you know, wars are just declared because the game says so. Everything, diplomacy is player driven. They've done it. They've been doing it for years on Roblox. It works. They've proven it. And now they're moving it over to their own game. And they're going to have unlimited, you know, they're going to have less restraints from the Roblox engine. They're also really respecting the historical time period. They aim for an authentic experience in the 12th century medieval world. So I mentioned this a little bit earlier, but there's going to be no scripted events. All player control, the politics, the warfare, the trade, the diplomacy, even ruling the Holy Land. And keep in mind, there's going to be many different factions. You're going to have, you know, Catholic factions, Orthodox factions, you're going to have Muslim factions that you can all join and you can fight over the Holy Land. It's going to be insane. There's real estate ownership. So players can rule unique, one-of-a-kind properties in a world where properties such as manors, cities, churches, castles, and more are finite. So like I said, you can fight for Jerusalem. You can't just build another Jerusalem. You fight for it. There's limited territory, just like real life. Battles will have real consequences and actively shape the world. Again, battling over for certain territories and locations. It's going to be a persistent open world. So Lionhearts will contain a single persistent open world where servers are stitched together in a seamless shared experience. Every location will exist in only one instance, no server hopping or loading screens required. Supply and demand will be shaped by a scarcity of resources. Each fief will be unique and owned by a single individual. So all these servers will basically work together to create this massive world that is intertwined. So religion in the world of Lionhearts is vital to the functioning of every kingdom. Religion acts as a class to support societal ties between kingdoms, and it provides a place for education, research, and alternative power structures. So you can go in and actually become the Pope. I mean, or like the main religious leader. So you start as like, you start as like the clergy, right? You start as maybe a deacon, and then you become a priest, and then you become a bishop, and then you become, it just keeps going and going. If you want to put in the time, you can do that. And even in their Roblox game, they held like mass. They would do mass in the Roblox game. So the religion aspect is going to be a lot of fun. And to continue on that point, that's also true for military and trade. All these you have different branches of occupations that you'll be able to, climb up the ladder. You start as a squire, or maybe a men-at-arms, or even lower, maybe just like a peasant, and you work your way up to become a knight. Or you might even take a little bit of a religious path as well and become like a Templar or a warrior monk. You will also gather resources in this game, so players will cut down forests, mine for ore in dark caverns, and forage for herbs in dense woodlands. Resources have varied rarities and limited supply, making them a point of contention among rival kingdoms. So obviously, if you control a very powerful, rich mine, other kingdoms are going to want a taste of that, and you're going to be fighting over it. So not only are you fighting for the Holy Land, but of course, you're also fighting for resources. Now, one of the biggest takeaways, like if there's one thing I want you to remember about this game, is the shadow tasking system that they're going to be creating. This has never been done. At least I haven't seen it. So when you create a player in the server and you log off, your character doesn't just vanish. He'll kind of go into like NPC mode, where your character you can tell it to do tasks. So maybe you're a baker, right? Well, your character will continue baking while you're offline. He won't be as efficient. He won't be as effective when you are online. So it's a shadow system where your character's still gonna be working. That's, because in many of these games where it's player driven, and if players have to walk, life happens and you have to step away from the game, your character will still be contributing to the kingdom. There's going to be a feudal sandbox, so players can control fiefs as lords and levy taxes. They can build cities and lease property to fellow players. These landlords can hold and manage their territory as they please. They can customize and upgrade farms, homes, or defenses to better fortify themselves, earn additional income, and showcase their power. So there's going to be a lot of control. As you level up your character and you gain more control, more power, you're gonna have more responsibilities, but it's gonna make you more powerful too. It's just, there's a lot. It's a sandbox, guys. There's so much you can do. There's also gonna be skirmishes in the game, so players will battle alongside friends in various ways, such as raiding caravans, stealing enemy resources, or sabotaging their defenses. So even if there's not a big war going on or a big battle or event, you can take part in these smaller skirmishes and get, quench your thirst for blood. I mentioned this earlier, but you can conquer Jerusalem. Players will conquer the Holy Land with their kingdom on the warpath to Jerusalem. Obviously, Jerusalem, it's the holy city. You want to take it for your own. And I mentioned this a little bit before, but you can become a king, guys. You can become a king of an entire kingdom, an entire faction of players. But you have to earn it through politics and war. The most ambitious player will rise to the top to become the sole ruler of a massive kingdom of subjects. So those are the core mechanics of the game. They have more. Again, you can see more information on their Kickstarter. And the reality of it is this game obviously needs funding. This is an ambitious game. And if this is something that you're interested in and you have the resources, you want to throw a couple bucks, you want to throw a lot of bucks, that's up to you. Please, at the very least, check out the Kickstarter and look at it and see if this is something that you want to play, because I'm certainly going to donate to the Kickstarter. I'm certainly going to do what I can to support the game, because this is something that I truly am interested in, and I think it could be a lot of fun and could be very unique, and just like all over. Like, there's just so much. It's a sandbox. There's so much you can do in this. So I think it's very possible, and I think this is a great team of guys. Like I said, they've been working on the Roblox version for many years, and they've never given up. And they've been through so much strife and challenges, and they continue to just never give up on this project. So they are definitely going to, you know, if they have the funds, they are going to make it regardless, no matter what challenges come their way. So I'm excited to see how this progresses and the future of this game. I will continue to cover it, and as soon as I can play it, I will certainly be making some videos on it. But that's about it, guys. Let me know what you think about the game too, if there's any concerns or anything, because I think the devs will be in the comments answering questions and stuff. So again, let me know what you think. Check out the Kickstarter. Thank you guys so much for your time, and I'll see you next time.